To graph our square root function, we're going to do the same thing where we identify a, b, h, and k and use that same transformation table. So we're going to have our a here is -4. Our b here is just 1. We don't have anything multiplied in front of that x inside the square root. Our h is -2. Remember, it always has the opposite sign. And our k is -3. So we're going to use our square root parent table, which is when we have 0, 1, 4, and 9, because they're easily square rootable numbers. Square root of those is 0, 1, 2, and 3. When we do our transformations, we do our x times b plus h, and our y times a plus k, just like we've been doing. So we take our x's times 1 and then -2. So we get -2, -1, 2, and 7. And we're going to take our y values times a, times that -4, plus -3. Okay, so we're going to take the 0 times -4 is 0, plus -3 is -3. 1 times -4 is -4. Minus 3 gives us -7. 2 times -4 gives us -8. Minus 3 gives us -11. And then for our 3 times -4 gives us -12. Minus 3 gives us -15. And this one goes off the graph a little bit if you're using the 10 by 10s that I gave you, but that's okay. So we have our -2, -3, which is down here. -1, -7, which is down here. Oh, wrong spot. This one. At 2, we're going to be at -11, so just barely off the screen here. I'm going to grab us a little white pen real quick so we can see it. Right here. So it's just barely off the graph a little. And then when we get up to 7, it's far enough off the graph that it's off my screen. But we know it's going to start at this end and it's going down like this. And we can see how it's moving here. You could also change your graph's numbers and count by 2s or whatever if you want to be able to get everything on the graph. But it's your notes. It's your call. Oop, that's not my white pen. I'm just going to give myself a little more space here. Because then I'm going to note down our domain and range. Always a good idea to keep that fresh in our mind. Our domain here is that my x's have to be greater than or equal to -2. Or if you put it in interval notation, from -2 to infinity. With a square bracket, because -2 is a valid point. It's our endpoint right here. Our range, that's when our y's have to be less than or equal to -3. So we go from -infinity to -3. Again, with a square bracket on that -3 because that endpoint is included. And that's how we're doing our square roots.